Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed, if you felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So, before I get into this boxing related video, this hair is just, it's crazy at this stage. Like, we probably aren't going to get any barbers opened over here anyway until, be very optimistic to say June, but July probably. So we're looking at another 2 months of no haircut, and I do not watch the news, nothing like that, but I have heard that there have been, we'll say freelance, hairdressers slash barbers who've been offering people the chance to come to their home and paying 200 quid to get their haircut. I mean, at this stage now, it's something I would consider because I don't like my hair being this long at all. It's like ridiculous. So for future videos, I may end up having to wear a hat just to cover it, because if I don't get this cut by July, it's going to look absolutely all over the place. So that's the height of my worries now in this lockdown, that I can't get my hair cut. But let's get into this boxing video. So, Eddie Hearn and Mike Tyson. Two names that you wouldn't have thought you'd hear mentioned. Eddie Hearn and Mike Tyson. Now, Mike Tyson, as we all know, we agreed to sign up for those exhibitions, or he said he was coming back to do an exhibition, I should say. And we obviously saw the footage of Mike Tyson. We saw the footage of him on the pads doing a little workout, of which I think was about 8 seconds, about a week or two ago. That was fine. Then we saw a little training montage where he's doing a bit more pad work with his trainer. I think it's a UFC coach. And he finished that with saying, with the words to the effect of, "I'm back." Now, no sooner has Mike Tyson done that, people have been, mainly Mike Tyson fans and the casual boxing fans jumping, up in their seats, being, "Oh my God, Mike Tyson's coming back. He's gonna do absolutely nothing." Could he beat a really bad journeyman? A really bad journeyman, possibly. But in terms of doing anything at any sort of level, it's like there are some fans who are not particularly knowledgeable about boxing, and they act like the fighters today are garbage. Well, Kevin McBride beat Mike Tyson. Kevin McBride was not good in any era. If he was around today, he would be getting beaten decisively by Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Dylan White, Andy Ruiz, etc., etc., etc. He beat Mike Tyson 15 years ago. So Mike Tyson, he's not going to get any better. He's not going to improve in his old age and being out of the ring for 15 years. So in terms of him coming back and doing anything, ain't going to happen. But against, an exhibition against a no-hoper or someone like that, an old sparring partner, yeah, could be entertaining to see what Mike Tyson has left. But I'm quoting Eddie Hearn here. Now, he was told British Boxing TV, this is American Boxing, I'm going to quote Eddie Hearn verbatim. So it says here that they've reached out to me. I had a call from someone. I had a call, actually, and a message. Someone reached out to me and said, "I want to talk about Mike." So Eddie Hearn is basically saying that he's been approached by someone in Mike Tyson's team about potentially working with him on this exhibition / comeback. So I'm going to carry on with the quote here. So it says, "I would like to see it, but I kind of feel like," and I know people will say, "Well, you did the YouTube fight with KSI, but it is a bit irresponsible to let a 53-year-old legend back in the ring. I don't know. He looks pretty dangerous, but I think he's just got the frustration or the fascination that he could actually go in at 53 and do some damage in the division. Maybe, maybe not. Definitely not. There's a fine line. I've crossed it a couple of times, sort of within the integrity of the sport. Various entertainments and delivering numbers. Our job is to deliver numbers for our broadcasters, but we have to try and keep it as close to the right mark as we possibly can. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. We'll see. Tyson is not the only fighter to discuss a ring with Hearn in the last few weeks. Other legends such as Evander Holyfield and James Toney are mulling over potential comebacks. So it says here as well at the end, it says Hearn believes fighters like Tyson are motivated by boxing's current crop of stars, some of which are making tremendous paydays against less than stellar oppositions. Yes, they have the zone to thank for that. I think in some instances anyway. They've the zone, they've the ESPN, and they have Al Haymon to thank for that. Money, fighters and legends are seeing other fighters make money for fights they think they are insignificant. Tyson isn't thinking about wanting to come back to add to my legacy. He's thinking about how much I can get. Simple. The answer is a lot of money. So that's what Eddie Hearn has had to say there about Mike Tyson. So he's insinuating that, well, he's basically been told that someone from Mike Tyson's team, God knows who, has come out and asked him about working with Eddie Hearn about, the exhibition / comeback. Now, he mentioned names in there like Evander Holyfield, James Toney. For the love of God, don't let James Toney anywhere near a boxing ring. The man is cabbage at this stage. If anyone, even for an exhibition, if someone's licensing James Toney for a fight, even an exhibition, that's a damn indictment on them. But Eddie Hearn, I think one of the reasons why Mike Tyson's team, we will say, have reached out to Eddie Hearn is what he said in that interview there, the KSI Logan Paul fights. Eddie Hearn putting on these YouTuber cards and, putting guys like Devin Haney and Billy Joe Saunders on the undercard, having the YouTubers in the main event. As much as people want to criticise it, and look, yeah, there's justifiable criticism there, it doesn't take away from the fact that they're still drawing big numbers. Like, you had, what was the guy's name? Was it Aaron Paul or something like that? He fought some guy on the undercard of Demetrius Andrade versus Luke Keeler. And, that video, when Sky uploaded to their YouTube page, had something like 1 million views. Maybe not 1 million, but it had a very, very high amount of views. And you had Tevin Farmer versus Jojo Diaz, which had fuck all views on their page, as well as Luke Keeler versus Demetrius Andrade. Hardly any views, retrospectively, of, the amount of people who are subscribed to Sky Boxing. Didn't have many views. And you have the Aaron Paul fight, which is just right up there. So Eddie Hearn putting on these, little nothing fights with, these YouTubers and these kind of quote unquote big names. That's what Eddie Hearn is kind of getting known for, amongst other things. Obviously, being he is a good promoter, has to be said. So Team Mike Tyson are reaching out to him about, potentially this comeback. Like, it baffles me. Like, is he coming back? As in, like, is he actually going to try and, get a pro win? Or is this exhibition just going to be a case of exhibition? Like, Mike Tyson versus, an old sparring partner. Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield in an exhibition. You could probably do that pay-per-view. Eddie Hearn could probably easily do that pay-per-view. And, stick a couple of his fighters, like a Billy Joe Saunders, like a Devin Haney on the undercard. And it will still do good numbers because it's Mike Tyson. It's the name. And he put him in there with Holyfield. You have Tyson Holyfield 3. So you can see where Eddie Hearn's coming from. But he's obviously thinking about integrity. You're putting a 53-year-old man who hasn't had a pro fight in 15 years potentially in a professional fight. I seriously doubt it. But let's say Mike Tyson... Look, let's just say for argument's sake, Mike Tyson goes and has an exhibition. No, not a pro fight. Exhibition. Has an exhibition against... God only knows who. Some joker who he knocks out. I wouldn't be shocked if the next time you see Mike Tyson after that, he's in a pro ring. It wouldn't shock me. I hope I don't see it. I don't want to see it, personally. When I say I don't want to see it, I would still tune in. I think that's the catch-22. You would still tune in even though you don't want to see it. So it's interesting. But Eddie Hearn... apparently he's been reached out to. It's an interesting one now, I have to say. It's an interesting one. Would he work with Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson's been around Don King. And some people say Eddie Hearn is, he's this, he's that. Eddie Hearn is like... he's like Father Christmas compared to Don King. So Mike Tyson, he's reaching out to someone, if it's him or if it's someone on his team, is reaching out to Eddie Hearn. Could be worse. Could be reaching back out to Don King. Hey, Don King, even as an old man, as a senile old man, he is still just as bad as ever. Ask Vanis Martirosyan. So, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you are new. And as always, so before I go, I just want to say thank you for dropping by the channel. I really do appreciate it. I mean, all the support, all the things that have happened on this channel over the last year have been incredible. If you're new to the channel, as you see on screen there's a couple of older videos that I have. Some of them aren't really relevant now, to be fair, but some of them are, like my Fighters with a Problem series, stuff like that. If you like any of this, please subscribe. like the video you just watched, share it, do it, all you gotta do. Let's try and keep this channel going, because I love doing this and I love interacting with the fans, and I love hopefully the fans love watching my videos. So thank you for dropping by. I've been G-Man. I will talk to you.